What is up, guys, and welcome to Dreams Gaming YouTube channel. And today we have a new series for you, and it will be called Making the EU Great Again. So something a little bit different that we're doing. We are going to be doing a fantasy draft franchise mode series, and we're going to be replacing the Arizona Coyotes with the London Golden Knights. So Gary Bettman has decided to scrap the Vegas team and send them out to the EU, and that will be represented in the city of London. So the EU is headquartered in Brussels, Belgium, but Brussels is not in the game. So I'm going to pick London because let's be honest, if there was ever in a North American sports league, if there was ever an expansion overseas, it would be to London. So we do want a fantasy draft. Okay. So what we're doing in this series is we are only allowed to take players and have players on our team that are from a country that is in the EU, and basically that just disqualifies Canada, North America, and Russia. So arguably the three biggest powers in hockey. These menus always mess me up. I just want to make sure I get everything right. So obviously hard trade difficulty again. Don't know if that matters, but Superstar works. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to add a little bit more of a challenge into the franchise mode and restricting restricting ourselves of what players we can have on our team is a good way to challenge yourself in the game. Something that we would like to see at Dreams Gaming is something with a height restriction. But the only problem with that is players are not searchable by height, and you can't look at players in the draft at their heights unless you go into each individual player card, which takes way too long. So just like in the last fantasy draft video, we are just going to randomize this 4 times. And we are at pick 19. So last time we got pick 18. You know what? Fuck it. Alright, pick 8. Pick 8. So I did not want to be as low as we were last time, although Eric Carlson was still there. But we're going to go with pick 8. And just for shits and giggles real quick, I'm going to look up the countries that are in the European Union, and I will read them off to you. Alright, so here's the list of the countries that are in the EU. We got Germany, Italy, Poland, United Kingdom, France, Romania, Sweden, Greece, Spain, Austria, Netherlands, Hungary, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Finland, Croatia, Lithuania, Belgium, Cyprus, Ireland, Malta, Portugal, Slovakia, Estonia, Slovenia, Latvia, and Denmark. So pretty much just not Canada, not the United States, and not Russia. So the first 7 players picked were all Canadian or American. So we're gonna get the best pick out of all the players from Europe. And we cannot pick Tarasenko, cannot pick Malkin, cannot pick Ovechkin. So Kopitar is here at shit, 93 overall, age 29. That's what I was looking for. So Kopitar is possible. He's from Slovenia. Hedman and Carlson are from Sweden. Backstrom's from Sweden. Anyone else here? Voracek fits the bill that we're looking for. Let's check by this. So Eichel, we can't take Eichel. Ristolainen, if he's still around in the 2nd round. And you cannot see where he's from, but I believe he is Finnish. Ristolainen sounds very Finnish. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is, if I'm not sure where they're from, I just want to double check and make sure. I will be Googling their names. So Draisaitl, Puljujarvi there. Those are guys we can take. Landeskog, he is Swedish. Yossi, I believe, is Swiss. So guys like that, Philip Forsberg, Swedish. Guys like that we can take, and then we'll look at the goalies real quick, get you an idea of what is available there for us. So Mrazek, he is I forget where he's from, but he's not from North America or Russia. Leonard is Swedish. Korpisalo, maybe Finnish or something like that. Can't take Vasilevsky. Soderstrom. Looking at higher overall guys, we got guys like Lundqvist and Rene. Not sure about Dubnik, but Rask. Bobrovsky is Russian. So just a couple of guys there. If anything, goaltending might be our rough spot, especially early on. But maybe we can end up with a guy like Robin Lehner here as an 87. We're probably not gonna have an elite goaltender throughout the entirety of this series. So the guy I'm leaning towards picking is either Victor Hedman or Erik Karlsson. The only reason that I'm hesitant about picking Erik Karlsson is that we have him in our St. Louis Blues franchise draft. St. Louis Blues fantasy draft franchise mode series. And I might just pick him again because why not? He's a fantastic player. But Hedman there, the bad thing about Hedman, he is 1 year younger than Karlsson, but he has 6 more years on his contract at 1.4 million more of a cap hit. I would imagine that we might be a little bit below the cap floor. We might need to be taking on some extra contracts or extra salary. It'd be really nice to pick Tarasenko. He always turns out to be fantastic in these fantasy drafts, and always in the franchise modes in general. He always turns out to be really damn good. So looking down here, a guy like Chara from Slovakia, Zetterberg is Swedish. Barkov is from Finland. Sedin and Steen and Hjalmarsson and Klingberg, they're all Swedish. So we're gonna pick. I mean, I really want to pick Erik Karlsson. I really do. Damn, man. Just damn. Damn. My only problem with picking Kopitar is that he's already 29 years old. And that's just not a guy we want to build around. I'd imagine it would be tough for this team to win now. Do we want more of a two-way defender here in Hedman? You know what? We already have Karlsson. I'm gonna pick Victor Hedman. So Victor Hedman, welcome to the London Golden Knights, the EU Golden Knights. I wanted to make the team name. I wanted to make the team from the EU, but that was not an option since it only goes by cities, and obviously the EU is not a city. It should definitely let you insert your own city name there. That would be really cool. As Yossi goes there to the Islanders, he was a potential guy. Kopitar went in the first round. Backstrom. Yeah, so quite a few guys went here. Barkov. Jack Eichel, medium franchise tag. Jesus. So there goes Rask. We could have picked him as our goalie. Ristolainen's gone, unfortunately. He was a guy that I was interested in. So yeah, let's just get right into this next pick. Hedman. I did not see what handedness Hedman was. Hedman is left-handed, so he will be our top pair left-handed defenseman. Keeping track of who we drafted by writing them down on a piece of paper. So our second pick, we might go with Laine. He is still there. He'd be a really good pick here in the second round, especially if somebody like Draisaitl can fall to us in the third round, or Landeskog. God, there's a bunch of good EU eligible left wingers. There are quite a few of them. Is there anybody really good with with low elite potential? Dougie Hamilton, we cannot draft him. Hampus Lindholm, he qualifies. Brodin qualifies, I believe. A high top six, not really a high top six, but I would imagine we would not have. We won't be reaching for many players, just because there's a lot of good foreign players in NHL. But Laine looks like a really good option. Oh, his offensive awareness is insane. He's only 86 overall, 92 offensive awareness. So it's down between Line, who's a right winger, and the thing about Draisaitl is we have him in the St. Louis Blues series as well. So I might be leaning away from picking Draisaitl there. All right, we'll just go with Patrick Line, and we will look to build our forward core around him, around the young superstar Finn. I'll be drinking water a lot throughout this series, so if you hear a random pause in my nonsensical blabbering, that is probably what it is. Did anyone go here that we could have chosen? So Klingberg went, and Lundqvist went, as well as Pecorine. So for goaltending, we really want a guy like Robin Lehner, who is relatively young and who could play for us for quite a number of years, and who's not bad overall. He's 87 overall. Anderson, is Anderson eligible? He might be from somewhere like Sweden. I am not 100% sure. Frederick Anderson. Let's see. Denmark. So Frederick Anderson is from Denmark. That is not what I expected. So we still have Anderson from Denmark, Lehner from Sweden, and that's pretty much it. Mrazek, I guess. Where is Mrazek from? Peter Mrazek. Mrazek is from the Czech Republic. So we still have three pretty damn good options. Mrazek, being 24, has a couple of years to potentially grow. We will try to hold out for one more round. I would imagine that Anderson goes this round, and maybe Lehner goes. Not sure. But there's a number of good Russian goaltenders out there, so not having Russia kind of hurts us in that respect. So I might go for this a top left winger. I believe there are quite a few of those guys. Yeah, we've got Forsberg, who we have in the Bruins series. Steen, who's Swedish, but I don't really want to pick him, as well as Sedin. Panarin's Russian. Cannot pick him. So maybe there's not as many as I expected. Well, way down here we got Landeskog. Okay, so let's check out. We already have our top line right winger. We don't need another one just yet. We might end up picking Yager quite a few rounds down the road if he's still there. Looking at a young center, obviously Draisaitl's still there. We have him in the Bruins series. I wouldn't be too opposed with picking him in this series as well. It'd be nice to try to stay away from that, but he fits the bill of what we're looking for, and he's one of the best guys to do so. And then defensemen. Are there any young stud defensemen that we could go after? Not really. I believe he's Canadian. Mata? He's probably Finnish. Holy Mata. I spelled it wrong, but that's okay. He is from Finland. Yeah, okay, so Mata, we will have our eye on. Clefbaum, Larson, Lindholm, Brodin. So we can probably hold out another round for a defenseman. We're going to go ahead and pick our first line center of the future. I'm disappointed that it has to be that it's going to be a guy that we have in another series, but that's okay. A little bit of overlap will not hurt anyone. I'm sure you guys are fine with me doing it as long as it's for the good of the team, and I believe it is. So Leon Draisaitl, welcome to the London Golden Knights. You will be a long-time line mate and center of Patrick Line. So Forsberg went the very next pick. Yeah, so it kind of stings to hurt him, or should not get him. But we do have another option at left wing as long as he does not go here. As we didn't really... Oh, there goes Freddie Anderson. Oh, shit. Hopefully our other guys did not go already. So there goes Steen and Strawman and Mata and Hjalmarsson. So quite a run on our EU defenseman there. Okay, so we're gonna pick our goalie this round, and it's going to be Robin Lehner. as long as I didn't miss him being selected in that round. I hope I didn't. Nope, there he is. Robin Lehner, welcome to the London Golden Knights. You will be our goaltender of the future. So we're still looking to get a right-handed defenseman to pair with Victor Hedman. Let's see who was taken. Nylander's a good young prospect. Korpisalo, Marner. Yeah, so a couple of guys went there, but nothing outstanding. Let's see. I believe Landeskog's still available on the left wing. If he's good enough of a young player. I like filling out the top couple of lines, or at least the top line, with outstanding young talent, just for the purpose of being able to have them there for the long term and have them locked up. So Palat is from the Czech Republic, so he's an option, but I believe Landeskog is better for our purposes, being a couple years younger. He has better potential. Johansson might be a potential pick down the road, but nothing really below these guys would I want to take now. Where's Tatar from? Let's find out. Thomas Tatar. He's from Slovakia, so Tatar is available, but Landeskog is going to be the pick at this point in time. Although I'm going to check out the other positions really quick, because Landeskog, he's not really like a fantastic type player. Nikolai Ehlers, actually, I believe he is a Dane, but I know he definitely fits the bill in terms of players we're looking for. Pasternak's also available. These guys would be slotted in behind Patrick Laine, but outstanding guys in their own respects. I think we might need to go with a defenseman here, though, as the options on defense are getting slim quickly. So you have the options between Lindholm, Brodin, Adam Larsson, and Clefbaum. So Larsson's the only right-handed guy available out of this list, but Clefbaum is the youngest guy, and he has not the youngest, but he's a pretty young guy. He's still got the medium elite tag. They all have $4 to $5 million contracts. So let's just check out Victor Hedman. Pretty good defensively, and also pretty good offensively, but he's more of a defense-minded guy. He's listed as a two-way, but he's better defensively than offensively. So if we can get more of an offensive-minded guy to pair with him, that would be pretty good. So Hampus Lindholm is the most offensive-minded guy out of the group, but he does have the biggest contract. But he is the youngest, still with a low elite tag. So alright, we'll pick Hampus Lindholm. Why not? Hampus Lindholm, welcome to the London Golden Knights. We're going to make the EU great again with your help. Alright, I am flying through this fantasy draft in comparison to how I was doing the St. Louis Blues fantasy draft. So Ehlers goes there, 2 picks behind us to the Kings. Landeskog goes, Brodin goes, so that was probably Pasternak, so that was a really big round. Palat, Jesus. Provorov's not available to us. Anyone here? Zetterberg. I don't know where. I think Winberg's Swedish as well, so he was available. Not anymore. There goes Mrazek in round 6. Edler, I believe we could have taken. There goes Clefbaum. Damn. All right. There goes Johansson and Larsson. All right. So we still need a left winger. We still need that left winger. So let's see what's available. Tatar is still there, but it looks like he's going to be the best guy that still has some potential left. As we get down here into these guys that just... Rantanen might be a long-term option at left wing, and Teravainen's also pretty good. But I imagine that these first couple of years are going to be pretty bad. We're not going to be performing too well. So we might need to take a look at getting guys for the future as opposed to getting guys for now. Aho's an option. There's a bunch of young guys. It seems like Europe's been coming on real strong in the past couple of years in terms of producing NHL guys and stars in the league. So Puljujärvi is also an option. He's probably the best medium elite left in terms of overall to age combo. This goalie's taking forever. Thatcher Demko. Okay, so we might just go with Puljujärvi with a focus on the future, because I don't think we're going to be able to field a team that's going to be anywhere close to winning now. It'd be nice to pick Tatar. If he's still there next round, I will definitely pick him. But for now, we're going with a medium elite guy in Jesse Puljujärvi. And I'm actually going to slot him in on the 4th line for now, because why not? So let's see who was taken after Puljujärvi. Probably everyone else who we're looking at. So McAvoy, Trocheck, Koivu, Victor Rask went. He's a pretty decent prospect, as well as Ricard Raquel. Burakovsky as well, and Hurdle, and Tatar. Damn. So there was only about 14 picks there, but a lot of them were guys that we could have taken and guys that we were looking at. So, shit. Alright, what are we going to do now? We still need to hit a top line left winger. We still need that top line left winger. What are we going to do in terms of that? Daniel Sedin is still there. Is Yager our right winger? I believe he is. Yeah. Last time I did a fantasy draft, Yager fell to like round 14 though, so probably not interested in trying to pick him up anytime soon. So there's not really anybody left with potential that could fill anything close to a top line role for us. This is tough. This is tough. Man, we might end up just throwing prospects all over our team and just seeing how that turns out. I might just say YOLO in terms of that. So centers, are there any good centers left? There's Jumbo Joe Thornton, we cannot pick him. Sedin, Filppula. Is Bukestad? I believe Bukestad is Canadian, but we will take a look anyways. Yeah, no, he's American. He is American. Alright, no, Coyle's not. Is there anybody with potential? Kadri, Strom, Bennett, Dubois, Barzal, Yost. Oh, shit. There is not much left already. It's only round 6, but there's not much left in terms of guys that we can use on our team. I might just say all in with picking a bunch of prospects. That might be our best option, is just go full young guns all across the board. What's left in terms of defensemen? Anyone with high overall, at least. Char is available. Gunnarsson, Seidenberg. Anyone that's still young? Not really. Ekholm's an 85. He's still pretty young. Vatanen is probably Finnish. But other than that, man. Other than that, good Branson. His name seems North Americanized. He's probably from Canada. So maybe Vatanen, Vatanen. I don't know. Just do not know. That's the only bad thing about this series, is how bad I'm going to fuck up people's names every single video, especially on our team. So Ekholm's pretty good defensively, but there's just nothing really like he doesn't seem he's not standing out. He's not flashy to me in any way, shape, or form. So Carlson looks to be a good prospect there. Gabe Carlson, I would imagine he is Swiss. Or not Swiss, fucking Swedish. Vatanen, really good offensively. Offensive defenseman, especially compared to Ekholm. I mean, we might need that in these first couple of years. as I have just hit a freaking wall right now in this video. The 6th round pick, for some reason, is the hardest at this point in time. It is the hardest right now. There's just so many good left wings that we could pick between not Nemesnikov, but Aho and Teravainen, Fiala, and then up here we got Rantanen there. A bunch of guys there, but the other positions just don't have the same type of prospects. I mean, Eriksson Ek at center, he is Swedish as well as Melker Karlsson. But that's it for center. There's not a whole lot there. And then right wing, we got Nylander, he's available. Gauthier, I would imagine. No, he's probably French Canadian. Never mind. Bjorkstrand, Silfverberg, Kapanen, Elias Lindholm. Ooh, Elias Lindholm, that seems to be a pretty good pick. 83 overall at 21 years of age, medium top 6. That is not bad. Dano, I do not know where Dano's from. Niederreiter, throw him on the second line this year. He is Swiss. I might just do that. Niederreiter, throw him on the second line. Our team is going to be really bad these first couple of years, just because in terms of guys that are available for us and the restrictions I put on myself, there are a lot of good young guys and there's a lot of good really old guys, but there's not a whole lot in between. There's not a whole lot in between that you can build a team with. So that is going to be a problem we're going to have as Arvidsson goes there. So yeah, a couple of guys that were chosen in that round that are no longer available to us. But we do have these guys like Hossa and Yager and Nielsen maybe. Filppula is Finnish, so Filppula, Seidenberg, Gunnarsson. We could add all those guys to our team. They would be top 4 defensemen, top pairing, or top 6 forwards. But we still need a left winger. Still need a left winger. And Daniel Sedin went that round, it looks like. So he is gone. Man. I guess between Jokinen, Louis Eriksson, and Sobotka, we could find a top line guy in this group, but we might just go Rantanen and probably throw him on like the second line. Or do we want Teravainen, medium top 6, versus the low elite? Teravainen's also 3 years older. Just don't know. Just do not know. Here in the right wing, Virtanen, he might fit the bill we're looking for. Where's Dano from? I just want to know where Marco Dano is from. Marco Dano, let's see. He is from Austria. He is from Austria. As I just don't know what to say there. Just complete and utter silence as I try to think of anything. Just anything. Man. Hag. Hag is Swedish. Interesting that he is Swedish with the name Hag. What does that even mean? Polka is probably a Finn. I might just start picking people and just say fuck it. And not try to get maybe necessarily the best guy available, but just get somebody. And just get somebody. So there are a couple of goalie prospects in Gustafsson and Soderstrom, medium starter potential guys. Mazanik, I would imagine, but he's 25. We don't want him. Kakkonen or Kakkonen. Do not know. Sandstrom. Yeah, this is actually somewhat frustrating for me, making or trying to do this draft right now. I do not know why. It's probably because there's so many options, and I do not know which one's the best option to take now. Larson might be a pretty good pick for us. He might be a pretty good pick. Oli Olivi. That sounds Finnish. That sounds Finnish. Where is Yolivi from? Yep, he's from Finland. Sweet. He is from Finland, so he qualifies. Qualifies for our team. Oh man, I'm only a quarter of the way through. We're just gonna pick Larson. We're just gonna pick Larson. Pick Larson and move on. Pick him and move on. Alright, so what was taken after Larson? Need to stop looking at these as well. Filppula, Ekholm went. Vertanen went. Alright, so we're just going to pick a young left wing prospect. Pick a young left wing prospect. Alright, we're looking at Rantanen. Cannot pick Svechnikov. Aho. Fiala. We're going to pick Aho just because he's young. So Aho is a left winger. Still weak in down the middle at center. So we're going to see what's available there. And as I keep making picks, this team just seems like it's going to be worse and worse in these first few years. So I think it's probably really important to try to nail down any sort of centers that we can. So I'm probably going to go up there and pick Eriksson Ek just to get a decent center. Eriksson Ek, what a name. Joel Eriksson Ek. First time I heard his name, I thought it was a typo or something. I did not know that that was a real name. So let's see who was taken after us. Don't know what those guys. Jurgensens. He would be available for us, but we did not pick him up. And Markstrom went as a goalie. Let's just check the goalies, see if we can get a decent prospect or a backup or something. See what's available. So if we wanted to just hold out and get a backup, there's Lettinen. Pavlik might apply, I'm not sure. Ranta, Grice, Niemi, Enroth even is Swedish, so we can hold off on the backup goaltending for quite a while. In terms of prospects, we don't really need a prospect either since we have a young Robin Lehner on our team. He should be around for a while. So looking at defensemen, guys with medium top 4 tag, we got Polka. Ville Polka's not bad. Zaboral as a long-term prospect. Hag, Rasmus Anderson. Those are all guys that we could potentially select. And I think we're going to go with Ville Polka at this point. Yeah, we're probably going to pick Robert Hag next. I'm going to go look at the left wings again, see if a guy like Fiala is still there, or Rantanen. So the game really does not like guys with the low elite tag. So if you go and look at like somebody like Mikko Rantanen, which we're about to go to, nope, he's gone, so fuck that, never mind, fuck me. But Svechnikov is still there at a low elite, and Dalcal is still there at a medium elite. I really wish I could pick Dalcal because I would do that in a heartbeat, but we cannot. So Fiala is still here. He's easily the best left wing prospect left, so we're just going to pick Fiala and put him down on our left wing. We are severely lacking in NHL ready guys, but we're hopefully making up for that with all these prospects and all these young guys. So Yager's still there. I might select him just for the lulz. If there's any pretty good prospects though, I will hold off on selecting him because our development is more important than the lulz. That is for sure. So is there anybody here? We'll just sort by overall and then go down and try to find a young guy. If we were still looking here, Soderberg's available. I'm pretty sure Plekanec is from Canada, but there is absolutely nothing in terms of guys with a good overall that are still young, that are still available. If anything, a guy like here, was that William Karlsson? William Karlsson, 80 overall, age 23. Granlund. Oh man, I've never yawned during a video, but this fantasy draft makes me want to yawn as I'm trying to figure out. He is definitely Russian. Buchnevich is definitely a Russian. So looking at this, Rup Heinz might not be too bad. His name seems very European Union-y. Well, let's double check. Rup Heinz is from Finland. Okay. So Rup Heinz is the guy we're looking at the most at the moment. And if we were looking for someone else, Kempe is not bad at 20 overall. 20 overall. 20 years old. Jesus. So low elite Nylander is still there. Fuck it, we'll pick Nylander. We will pick Nylander. We're already pretty solid on the right wing, but with the low elite left in round 13, I had to go for him. So the other guy we were looking at was Rup Heinz, and somebody that caught our eye out at left wing, I believe. Who was that? Who was that? Nobody. I am making stuff. Kempe, that's right. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Kempe. Picking Kempe. So going back to centers now. Hopefully Rup Heinz is still available. We really need center help, and then we will, after we get a center, we'll go look at defensemen. Rup Heinz is still there. That is good news. Dalcall is also still there. Holy shit. So Dalcall. No, actually, we're not going to go for Rup Heinz. Let's look at the rest of the list first. Look at the rest of this list first. We have guys like Kasperi Kapanen, who is Finnish, more than likely. But I will double check just to be sure. He is from Finland. Alright, Kasperi Kapanen will be our next pick. I think he's got a really scrunched up face in that picture. It's not doing him much justice. Kapanen. I need to look at centers. Jesus. Kapanen was a right winger. So we want to go to centers and see what's available. Oh, I must have been looking at forwards, and I thought that... Okay, I was looking at forwards instead of centers in the last one. So I thought that I was getting a center there until I wrote down his name and realized that he was a winger. So Rup Heinz will be our next selection. Has the best overall age combination, especially compared to his potential. I probably sound really bored in this video, and I apologize for that. But I hope from this point on that this series will be super exciting. It'd be nice to throw these constraints on myself to make the series a little bit harder and to see what we can do. Samuel Morin, I imagine you're Canadian. Is there anyone down here? Not really. So I fucked up and forgot to come back and look for Hag. So Hag is super gone. We're looking at Yo Levy still at low elite is there, and maybe Rasmus Anderson at the medium top 4. We'll go ahead and pick Rasmus Anderson. And if anything, what we can do after the draft is over is go into free agency and pick some guys in the low 80s that did not get drafted, because there will be quite a few of them. But oh, something in my throat. There's something in my throat. Alright, that's better. That is better. So just going down this list, there's not a whole lot of guys from overseas that are available. But maybe a guy like Gabrick with that contract, my God, he might be there. Might make it to free agency. Shit, there's not that many people. Maybe Shea-Son will make it. Or I've heard it say like Shea-Son, and I've heard like Kia-Son, or I have no idea. Korpikoski will probably be there. Yarncroak doesn't look too terrible, but so what's our biggest need at this point? We still are hurting for NHL ready centers, but we're not gonna get any of those that are still have potential. The best options, Grabovski, and he's probably Russian. He's probably Russian, so there's really no centers left. Kruger, maybe. He might qualify. But my goodness. The best option that we could pick is like Rasmussen. What's Faxa? Radek Faxa? He Swedish? Radek doesn't sound very Swedish. Czech Republic. Oh man, I got the burps. I have the burps in every single video. He's from the Czech Republic. So Fax is not a terrible option. We're actually just going to go ahead and pick him. Because why the hell not? Why not? We're going to go look at our backup goalies now. Gonna see what is available there. I have not picked a single player over the age of 27 in this fantasy draft. Alright, so Niemi is still available. He's the best option, but his contract is not very attractive for me. We obviously cannot pick Hudobin. He is Russian. And Grubauer? Is he an option for us to take there? Well, let's find out. Grubauer. Philip Grubauer is from Germany. So he's a guy, high 70s, still with a little bit of room to grow with that low backup tech. But if we're looking at that, we might as well go down here to Anton Forsberg, who's 77 overall, age 23. Low fringe starter. 7th round pick for the Blue Jackets. So Forsberg. But if Yo Levy's still here, I'd rather pick him than a shitty backup goalie. And Yo Levy is still here. Alright, that's good news. And I believe if Zaboral is still there in the next round, I might just go ahead and pick him as well. So, Yo Levy, welcome to the London Golden Knights. Based on your picture, it looked like you actually played for the London Knights. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like you played for the London Knights. And he goes to the NHL and then gets drafted by the London Golden Knights. Big changes in the life of Olli Juolevi. Although he is going all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. But all he's adding to his team name is Golden. I want to say Dubois. Yeah, sounds very French Canadian to me. So does that. So does that. Okay. Are there any good prospects left? Sarela, but he's 57 overall. Jesus. We cannot pick Rubtsov. Jeez. So go ahead and pick Zaboral. One of the best prospects left that apply to our constraints. I am very, very, very sorry for yawning throughout this video. It is 3 in the morning and I am doing a fantasy draft. It's not a good combination. Not a good combination. So looking at our needs, we're going to take a goalie prospect here, and it's probably going to be Soderstrom if he's still left. Soderstrom if he's left. So, the guy we were looking at to pick, Anton Forsberg, he went already. And Soderstrom is still available, but so is Gustafsson. Is it Frederick? Philip Gustafsson or Linus Soderstrom. So Gustafsson is 2 years younger, but 3 overall points worse, and he is going to be the pick. Philip Gustafsson, welcome to our prospect system. Okay, still need a backup goalie, still need a couple of NHL defensemen, but I'm probably not going to be able to get those. Man. Yeah, in this series though, we are definitely going to be losers for at least a couple of years. So I might look to trading the older guys that we get for some younger players, but I don't think we're getting any older guys whatsoever. Svechnikov is still there at low elite. I really wish he was not Russian. Or I really wish I would have allowed myself to select Russian players, because then we have Vladimir Tarasenko on our team. But we do not. We do not. We have Erik Karlsson instead. Not a bad backup option. Lindblom does not look terrible there. Grunstrom. Grunstrom at 18 years of age. We'll just go ahead and pick Carl Grunstrom. Welcome to the team, buddy. Welcome to the team. Medium top 9 potential in round 23 or 22 is not too bad. We could do worse for sure. And I really wish I could pick either of those players, but I cannot. Stupid, stupid constraints. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? And why did I do this to you guys? If you're still here, man, and you're listening to me yawn while making a video, congratulations, man. Congratulations. I really hope the rest of this series is much more exciting than this video in particular. But I don't want to do a fantasy draft series where I do not show the fantasy draft, because I could just be picking whoever I want to add to the team and making it better than it would be if we did go through the draft. So yeah, I don't know what to do now. Do not know what to do now. We're probably just going to pick the best prospects that we can. The guys with the highest potential. Just because we're going to need as much trade bait as possible. And any sort of high potential guys. Because we are going to be losers. Make the EU great again is going to be a long-term prospect. Good thing we got elected for 4 years. So we can take that time to rebuild the EU. Shinkaruk, or Shinkaruk, I imagine he is Canadian with a first name like Hunter. Yeah, he's from Calgary. Alright, that sucks, that sucks. What about Klimchuk? But with a first name like Morgan, I would imagine he is from Canada as well. I need to type in Morgan Klimchuk. Yep, he's from Regina. Gooley, with a name like Brandon, is going to be... he's going to be Canadian. Dylan Dubé? No, probably not. Foligno. Honestly, he could probably be a second liner for us with how terrible our team is going to be. Yeah, this is a train wreck at this point. This is a train wreck. I don't know how people do it. If you'll remember, I struggled in the last franchise mode video in finding stuff to say and to talk about. And this one's just even worse because we have to find players that fit our criteria when they are few and far between. Few and far betwixt. So we're looking for a backup goalie really quick. I don't believe Tokarski fits our bill. Hudobin, Budai, but we might as well just pick Grubauer at that rate. Alright, Philip Grubauer, the German. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team, Grubauer. So Hayden Fleury went in round 24 with low elite. That's just really bad. Really bad. So a low elite lasted through 23 rounds. I don't really get it. I don't understand why low elite is so bad in the system when it's just one step down from medium elite. And you can get guys in the draft that are medium elite that go like first or second overall that are 4/5 or like 5/6 of a bar of trade value, and then you can get a guy medium elite like third or fourth in the draft that's less than half a bar. And I don't get why EA would do something like that. But those trade value bars give you an insight on how that guy's going to grow. So I guess I kind of get it, but at the same time, they just really undervalue the low elite tag. Nope, he looks Canadian to me. What this guy? Mario Lucia. Is he from Italy? You might just pick an Italian for the hell of it. Mario Lucia. He is from AK. Oh, it's Alaska. He's from North Pole, Alaska. Jesus Christ. Definitely not Italian. Probably of Italian roots. We're just going to say he's of Italian roots, so I don't look stupid. But I already look stupid because I'm making this fucking video right now. Jesus. Olofsson. Victor Olofsson. So I'm tired of looking for a guy that fits the bill. People have done series with these nationalities that were way more restricted than mine, and somehow they got the job done. They did the draft, made it through, and lived to see another day. I don't know if I will live to see tomorrow, however. Hada, he's super old. Nope. Alright, we might just pick Gabrick. No, I don't want to pick... Do I want to pick Gabrick, as a matter of fact? Or do I want to see if he falls to free agency? He could probably play on the first line with our youngsters Draisaitl and Laine to provide some scoring for him. And obviously he's one of the fastest guys in the NHL, but that has gone away a little bit in his age, as he is 34 years old. So, I mean, we don't really want a 30... In a typical situation, we would not really want a 34-year-old on a 5x5 deal, especially at an 82 overall. But in this situation, where if you look at our cap hit, we have 44 million in cap space. I don't mind too much taking Gabrick, and if the sim even cares about it, he can be a veteran presence for all these young guys that we have in the locker room. He's been there, he's done that, he's made cup runs, he's been on terrible teams. So he can give these guys pretty much the gamut and tell them what it's like to be in the NHL and what it is like to have gone through a long career. Tell them how to be successful. As we're just going to check on Foligno real quick. Marcus Foligno. He's from Buffalo, New York. Okay. Foligno's from Buffalo. Alright. So this N or Ein or I don't know. He's available for us. Sundstrom also there. We might just pick these medium top 6 defensemen. as they are probably the best bet in terms of trade value. Why not? Welcome to the team. 60 overall guy. Peterson, probably Pedersen. Is there anyone up here on this list that we can draft? Pretty much all Canadians, Russian. So no one really available for us in terms of older guys that we can draft and potentially trade. All these guys are going to have next to no trade value. Don't see anyone here. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, Jesus. I'm yawning like hell. Let's check out some high AHL potential guys, as these names are absolutely unfamiliar to the max. Oh my lord, I don't know any of those guys. Here we don't have anybody. Kalinin. I'd imagine he is Russian, but we will double check because he would not be a terrible pick. Kalinin. He is from Omsk, Russia. So the thing with these Russian sounding names is they could easily be from somewhere like Estonia, and I would never know it unless I looked them up, or of course unless I knew where they were from in the first place. So we're looking at these high AHL top 6 guys again. I don't see anything that is standing out to me. Freiburg. Draft him on name alone. Freiburg. Nothing here. Riwe. Martin Riwe. I would imagine with the accent on his name, he is from maybe the Czech Republic. As if I can find the W on the keyboard. Riwe is from Prague, Czech Republic. So Riwe, welcome to the team. Just trying to get this done with. Only have a couple more picks. Oh my god. A couple more picks and then we are outie. So let's look to take a couple more defensemen. We need a couple more in our organization. Tenorti? Where is Tenorti? Jared Tenorti is probably from Canada. Probably from Canada. Minnesota. Not even Canada. Alright. Dahlbeck is an option. Larson is an option. Nothing else really there. There's another Lindholm. We do not need another Lindholm. So high AHL. Top 2 defensemen. Jay Ryan would be a guy I would look at, but he is not EU. Louvre. So Victor Louvre. Victor Louvre. Are you Russian? Or is it like Victor Loov? Victor Louvre is from Sweden. With a name like Victor Louvre. Alright, Victor Louvre is from Sweden. We will pick Victor Louvre. We will pick one more defenseman. Maybe another goalie. And maybe another forward. And that will be it for this video. So this video, it's only an hour long as of right now. So much shorter than my other franchise draft video. However, there was a however, but I forgot it. Just completely forgot it. Hopefully this series is something new and interesting and potentially more fun than the other ones. As we have one more selection. So if we were competitors and we were not hampering ourselves by only selecting guys from the EU, we would look to take maybe one of these top guys here to improve our win now ability. And Ty Ratty, if he was not Canadian at low top 6, I would take him. I'll take him immediately. But let me just double check. Ty Ratty. From Calgary. All right. All right. All right. We can afford to take one more goalie prospect. Is there anyone good? Probably not. They are probably all gone. Where's Budai from? Do not know. Do not know. Gudlevsky's is probably Russian. Gudlevsky's. He's from Latvia. Kristers. What the hell kind of name is Kristers? Kristers Gudlevsky's. Welcome to the London Golden Knights. So I see myself as pretty good with determining nationalities from names and pretty good at pronouncing especially international names, but this series, my god, this series is challenging me to the fullest extent, as some of these names just come completely off the wall. There's J's and there's accents, and are the J's silent? Are they not silent? Is Victor Louvre? Is it Louvre, or is it Loov, or is it Lerv? Is it, I don't know, man. Is it Lov? Just Lov? I don't know. So that's gonna be it for this video. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys our. If you can see down there in the bottom right, by underneath the next game. So our abbreviation is EU. Despite being from London, we're still EU. So this first preseason game, I just want to show you guys our jerseys. Well, fuck. Never mind. I guess they did not save. Did all that work? Oh, there's one jersey. So I did a lot of work on the home jersey and then nothing else. So just imagine this home jersey, but the colors inverted for the away and something special for the alternate. So yeah, just a medium green color and somewhat of a gold and a black. That's what I would be. That's what the jerseys would look like if we were the London Golden Knights. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and check out my St. Louis Blues fantasy draft series. Check out my Boston Bruins franchise mode series, and be on the lookout for more coming from this series. I hope it's more fun, and just throwing in the extra kink makes it more enjoyable for you guys to watch. It will probably increase the struggle, and it will make it much more difficult for me to field a Stanley Cup winning team, and it'll probably take a few years to do so. So please tune in next time to see as I'm stumbling over this finish. So please tune in next time to check out more from our Make the EU Great Again fantasy draft series. Thank you guys for sticking around for this long. My God.